Okay, let's talk about this little pervert, Lyle Norg, a.k.a. Invisible Kid. He was a Legionnaire, and his marital status says single, but we all know that should say incel. Known relatives, none, which I'm sure there's an interesting story about that estrangement. Group affiliation, Legion of Superheroes. Base of operations, 30th Century Earth, first appearance, Action Comics, 267, height 5'7", weight 140 pounds, sopping wet. Lyle Norg invented an invisibility serum while a teenager on his native Earth in the latter half of the 30th century. Of course you did, Lyle, you little creep. We know what you were doing after PE in high school. You pervert. Using the power of his serum, he applied for and was accepted into the newly formed Legion of Superheroes. You rubes, a particularly lonely Legionnaire, of course you were, Lyle. He began a strange romance with a girl named Mila, who was ultimately revealed as a ghost, or figment of his imagination. This revelation came after Lyle's death at the hands of Validus, and so represented almost a happy ending, as their spirits apparently were joined in another realm. Little round of applause for Validus, who, by the way, appeared in the first episode with Tharok. It recently appeared that Lyle had been trapped in another dimension and was not dead, but this was revealed as a hoax perpetrated by a demon seeking to lure Legionnaires to their doom. I'm sure another online incel. The serum invented by Lyle was later used by Jacques Foucault, who joined the LSH as the second Invisible Kid. Invisible Kid could turn his body and small amounts of inanimate matter directly in contact with it, such as his clothes, and invisible for apparently unlimited periods of time. See the player's handbook entry for the third level spell Invisibility. As a Legionnaire, he had completed personal combat training satisfactorily and wore the LSH flight ring, which allowed him to fly at will. So this little creep never even had to answer the question, which superpower would you take? During his lifetime, he was probably the second most skilled scientist at the LSH. The art in this entry was by Kurt Swan and Al Gordon.